August, or as some people like to call it, month 8, or as I like to call it, the 8th month of every particular year. Pick one year, it will always be there. I watched a lot of movies this August. A lot of them were good, a lot of them were also very bad. I bet you forgot Borderlands came out this month. I did. But anyway, we're trudging on to rank the best movies of August of 2024 from best down to that worst spot. Going down to the worst. But we're starting off with the best. I feel like that would keep you some engagement. I feel like you want to hear the bad movies or hear me shit on the bad movies. So you have to stay and listen to the praise of the good. I'm keeping my engagement up high. YouTube, am I doing this correctly? Best movie of the month, Strange Darling. This movie is very fun. It's insane. It's very abstract in its way and its presentation, but even though it's very abstract in the way of its presentation, it's also extremely moving. And I like a movie that has a great pacing. It feels like it's going somewhere. It feels like we have an end goal to our story and not just moving along until something happens and then the screen goes black, which I feel like a lot of movies do. Especially a movie that's trying to be abstract as much as this one is, but it keeps up with the pacing. It tells itself from beginning to end, always moving forward and having a destination to go to. And when you get there, you are pleasantly surprised. Great film, best film of August, maybe even the best film of the year, but the year's not over yet, so I can't say that. So we're just gonna say it's the best film of August of 2024. Hoorah, you go great, Strange Darlings. Next up for me is Alien Romulus. These are some female-led films. Hey, yo, shout out to the female. It wasn't what was International Women's Month? Like March? This is your new month. Same thing with Strange Darlings. I always felt like it was going somewhere. It felt moving. It felt like there was a destination. And it has some great visuals, some great horror aspects, a lot of great aesthetics to the filmmaking. I think all the performances in this movie is also really good, especially between what's his name? David Johnson as Andy and Kaylee Sprana, however you say her name, as I forgot what her name was. I'll just call her New Age Small Ripley, because Sigourney Weaver is actually a very tall woman. She's like 6'1", and Spalling is like 5'2". There's a big differential in heights, so we're gonna call her Small Ripley, and she was great as Small Ripley. Shout out to Small Ripley, you were amazing. A lot of great imagery in here, a lot of fun to be had. Saw it twice, had fun both times. Shout out to Alien Romulus. You're the second best movie of August 2024. Not the best of 2024. I don't think you're up that high, but you are the best of August of 2024. So shout out to you. You've made my list. Third movie of August that I felt was amazing, Blink Twice. Actually, scratch that. This movie is not amazing. It's really good though. It's not amazing. This movie has the same problems that I felt that a lot of the other movies past this point are going to have. Not so great pacing to me. Didn't feel like I was actually going somewhere. It felt like it was just kind of in a limbo state, which goes with the story that it's telling, but you know, when you're watching it, it just really bores you, and I got bored by it until towards the third act or so, where things started happening. You started unveiling the mystery behind this island and what's going on with Channing Tatum's character, and then by the end, like the actual end, it kind of betrays everything that it kind of just talked about and had a whole speech about in the third act. Very weird how this movie ends. Not a big fan of it. I felt like the moment it ended, it betrayed itself since I seen it. And I've been hearing people talk about it on TikTok and other places, and it seems that they agree with me. So I think I got this one maybe a little bit right. Again, it's not bad. It has some great moments to it. It's just very, very odd in the way that it's put together, and you lose some sense of intrigue and interest in the film the more and more it goes along. But it does win you back at some point. it just loses you again when it ends. And yeah, so it's good though. I've only seen it once. I don't think I'm gonna see it again. I don't want to sit through that middle portion of the second act where I feel like I'm going through limbo again. Don't want to do that. Not going to do that. But it's okay. It's the third best movie of August. Coming in at 4, Trap, The Trapster. This is just a bad movie. This is where all the movies are starting to get bad. This is one of those bad movies. This is a trap in and of itself. I know you've heard this joke a million times, but it is true. It literally is just a trap for you to see what's his name? M. Night Shyamalan's daughter perform and hear her music. Not bad music, but I came here to see a movie, not M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. I didn't pay for a ticket to a concert. I paid for a ticket to see Josh Hartnett in enclosed spaces get out of situations. Does he get out of situations? Yes, he does. But they're presented badly. It's like a fan fiction that a serial killer made to be like, man, if I was in this type of situation, this is how I'll get out of this situation this way. But it's fantasy, so it's kind of stupid and it doesn't really make sense. And it tries hard to make sense. And the more and more it tries hard to make sense, the less it makes sense. So you're kind of just sitting there like, you don't make sense, right? And they're like, yeah, I do. And you're like, bro, no, you don't, you fucking idiot. And the more it goes on, the stupider it gets. M. Night Shyamalan's daughter's not good at acting. She's actually really bad at acting. I do think she can get better though, but just not right now. So you're number 4. You're among the bad parts though, so I wouldn't take it as a good thing. Right after this, we have The Crow. I like parts of this movie, only the action parts. The rest of this movie is actually pretty dull and bad. In Bill Skarsgård, I like Bill Skarsgård acting and his portrayal. I like the way the movie looks, I like the aesthetic of it. But yeah, FKA Twigs is not good at the acting. The story is not good at the telling. Where it ends, it completely just becomes utter balls and shitty. But hey, the end action scene, pretty goddamn good. In that first action scene when he wakes up and he has to fight the cop, also pretty. What I'm saying is, Rupert, whoever this man, Sanders, I think is the director's name. Yo, dog, you should get into action, but don't do love shit. Like, don't direct romance or love or like characters or like dialogue or like people. Don't direct people to be people. Just direct them to punch each other, and you will be up there, man. Maybe you're good at it, but I wouldn't suggest it. Or maybe I would. You only get better by failing. So actually keep doing it. Fail, but you succeeded in action, so I'm guessing you can only go up from there. And if you can go up from the action scenes you produced in this movie, I can't wait to see them. I'm gonna be a big fan of yours. But outside of that, yeah, man, movie's pretty bad. It's really bad actually. And you're number 5. Again, don't take that as a positive. Every movie from 4 on out are bad, so do not take that as a positive. Number 6. Am I at 6? Yeah, I'm at 6. Trap was 4. This is 5. So yeah, I'm at 6. Afraid. I don't know who directed this. Don't care to look it up. I went and watched it because it was a Blumhouse movie, and because I don't know, it has John Cho in it and it has Catherine Waterston, and the trailers popped up all the time at the movie theaters, and I laughed. So I thought this movie wasn't going to be good, but I thought maybe it can be funny bad. It's not. It's just bad. It's just a bad film. It just offers really nothing to you while you're watching it besides terribleness, and if you like terribleness, I guess you can go and see it, but I wouldn't pay in a theater to see it. Everybody acting here is atrocious, but then again, everything that the actors have to say that was written is also atrocious. I don't want to put too much on the actors, because I've seen a lot of these actors in other things be good, like Catherine Waterston, who is good at times in this movie when they make Kathleen Waterston show off her acting abilities. When she's not showing off her acting abilities, you just feel really bad that she's here. John Cho is kind of good in this movie. He can meet any style or any level of script or project where it's at. So if it's great, he's great. If it's good, he's good. If it's bad, he meets it to make himself feel natural in it. So he still gives a good performance because he just feels natural. You get what I'm saying? It's very weird how much of a Swiss Army knife of an actor he is. Blumhouse, they produce like 500 movies a year. Half of them are bad. They get one good one that they ride for a very long time. That's just who Blumhouse is at this point. The AI in it don't make sense. The story and the progression of it is terrible. I don't even feel like most of it we're moving anywhere. It's horribly cheap, which is another problem with it. It's cheap as hell because everybody's in these small spaces or in this house. No one ever leaves out this house. It's a very bad movie. Dumb as hell. Did not like it. So we move on to the worst movie of August. Because unfortunately, Frayed, you are not it. If this movie would not have came out, you would have definitely been it. But unfortunately, I saw the worst movie of August, which is, that's right, go ahead, bring it in. Don't get shot now. You was promoting the fuck out yourself. Bring your terrible ass in here, nigga. Borderlands. Terrible film. You're bad. You're just... Oh my god, I almost used fucking slurs for mentally disabled people. I just looking at you right now brung up so much emotions because I had to see you. Cate Blanchett, too old for this shit. Garbage. Has no energy. Not even trying to be the tired older character does she has any chemistry, energy, or anything with her. She's just Cate Blanchett in a bad wig. Terrible narration for things that are ultimately being explained to you throughout the film that you didn't even need narration for. Terrible action scenes that are horribly cut. Terrible characters that are just unestablished and just moving and has no sense of purpose to them. Terrible CGI. Just looks bad. It looks like people been inserted into a GameCube realm. It's just a hodgepodge of terrible, man. There's just nothing here positive for me to really say besides I laughed at a Jack Black joke here and there. Everything else is pretty bad. It's still not Madam Web. You're lucky Madam Web came out this year. You're not that. Madam Web is generational bad. Meaning that throughout generations, you will see videos upon videos and discussions upon discussions about Madam Web. Madam Web will never leave the zeitgeist of film. It will continuously pop up. That's how bad Madam Web was. Borderlands, you will be forgotten. So you're another lucky one. This is another lucky one here. That could have been the worst of the year, but it will be the worst of August. So those are all the movies that I saw in the month of August. If you agree, tell me you agree. If you don't agree, leave a like. Say I don't agree. If you think I should do this more often, every month, also leave a like and say month me, baby. I want to see some month me babies in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Kyle. This has been the hashtag random network. I'm fucking up my words. This is Kyle. This has been the hashtag random network. And you have been randomized. Shout out to Chris Stuckman.